NBA on NBC. The 1996 NBA Finals.
It is a beautiful 65-degree day in the Pacific Northwest as you look at the new Key Arena located in downtown Seattle. This capacity crowd of better than 17,000 is hoping their Sonics can get back into the series after losing the first two games on the road. It's the Chicago Bulls and the Seattle Sonics in Game 3 of their best of 7 NBA Final Series. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert along with Matt Kukas and Bill Walton. And, Bill, the major concern of the Sonics, the fact that their all-star point guard, Gary Payton, just has not done it in games 1 and 2. What do you look for tonight from Payton?
Marv, Seattle's making this just way too complicated, and because of it, Gary Payton has been a non-factor offensively. Late in Game 2, Gary Payton had a terrific look, wide open with the game on the line, and he barely drew iron. The frustration so very evident. He's their dominant offensive weapon. He carried them through the Western Conference playoffs, but in the finals, he's been virtually non-existent. Now, the strength of Gary Payton is his competitiveness, and the decision not to put Gary, the Defensive Player of the Year, on Michael Jordan has totally taken Payton out of his game. He needs to ride the fans, Marv, their emotional lift, and have a breakout game against Jordan.
And, Matt, it's clear in the first two games of this series, the Sonics' major emphasis has been in the direction of Michael Jordan.
Seattle's strategy has been to double-team Michael Jordan. Easier said than done. He is too quick and too alert. In the post, Jordan knows help is coming. He feels the double-team coming from the top, but escapes with a hard spin to the baseline. No weak side help and no chance. Then with Detlef Schrempf on Michael, Hersey Hawkins comes to double. Then Gary Payton makes it a triple team, and all fail to keep him out of the middle. The draw dish to Pippen for one of his 8 assists in Game 2. Now, this production would be outstanding for anybody else, but Michael is not satisfied at all. You get the feeling that Michael is due for a monster game before this series is over.
Well, they are pumped here in Seattle, ready for Game 3 when we come back. Figures to be a wild scene for the introduction of the starting lineups.
I know we are facing a very tough moment with the spread of the coronavirus.
A big shout out to all the doctors, nurses, medical staff, and others who are working so hard to keep us safe.
Let's do our best to help them out.
Please pay attention to what the health experts are advising, from good healthy habits to social distancing.
Also, if you're passing information to others, make sure it's correct.
Let's be there for each other, and let's work together as one team.
Ring announcer Michael Buffer making the trip to Seattle, but you know, he might want to consider switching to the decaf latte. The officials, Dick Bavetta, Steve Javie, and Hugh Evans. A reminder that the Sonics and the Bulls are well aware of. Only two teams in the history of the NBA have been able to come back from an 0-2 deficit. Bill's Portland team did it in 1977 over the Philadelphia 76ers. Boston did it in 1969 against the Los Angeles Lakers.
Seattle's got to have a great start today to give these fans some hope and keep them cheering. Plus, they have to attack and execute on the offensive end, fight through the fatigue.
And the Bulls say they are ready for this emotional onslaught from this crowd. They know the Bulls, that is, cannot ease into this ballgame. Seattle is starting to gain some confidence.
It is Irvin Johnson and Luke Longley on the opening tip and taken by the Bulls. Tony Kukoc in the starting lineup for Ron Hopper, as Ahmad mentioned, because of the left knee bothering Hopper, but he is expected to see action. Jordan going at Hawkins to the fadeaway. Rodman missed the tip. Longley missed. And Payton came up with the loose ball. So the Sonics to the offense for the first time, and it is Jordan guarding Payton. Schrempf laid by Kukoc. Backs him in and feeds to Kent. Rodman with the rebound. Dennis coming off the 20-rebound performance in Game 2. Longley. Well, Chicago had missed its last 12 shots. That figure dating back to game number 2. And Luke Longley scores for the Bulls. Longley knocked it away. And a foul is called.
Luke Longley got off to such a terrific start in Game 1. A lot of it was because Irvin Johnson was looking to help other people out. Here, a terrific defensive play by Longley to first strip and then hold his position against Sean Kemp.
And a bad pass, so the Sonics give it right back.
Sean Kemp jumping in the air to pass. Cardinal sin in basketball. I don't see what Luke Longley did to deserve that foul. He stood totally still.
Here is Kukoc. Well, Michael Jordan had a little chat with Tony Kukoc during the course of Game 2 and felt that he was a bit on the passive side. You recall he was tentative, held back in taking shots. And again, the ball to the Bulls, a traveling violation. And Tony Kukoc took some big shots in the third quarter, and as he did in game number 1, helped to turn things around. Pippen able to save that backdoor pass. Here is Jordan for 3.
The Bulls continue their terrific ball movement, and I like the fact that Michael Jordan is guarding Gary Payton here. He is not going to let Gary Payton get off.
Well, Payton does get it off and hit. What are you saying, Bill?
Timing.
In your face, Walton. You're next.
Bulls 7 and the Sonics 2. The Bulls able to get off to the quick start. Jordan setting up Longley. Yes. Talking to the Bulls prior to tonight's game, they're all concerned about the energy lift that this crowd would provide Seattle. Well, they took care of that with the fast start.
Well, Chicago looked sluggish and slow of foot in Game 2. Much quicker here to start Game 3.
Sam Perkins getting set to come on. Early substitution.
George Karl not giving anybody a chance to play as Jordan will drain this 3. You can just see, as Ahmad was pointing out, the focus, the determination, and the fact that he's guarding Gary Payton.
Trent got the step. Open shot for Perkins. And it's Rodman with the rebound.
George Karl yanks Irvin Johnson, who did nothing right or nothing wrong, but in a couple minutes, what do you expect? And then they give Sam Perkins a shot too early.
Here comes Trent. Hawkins. And Payton from deep in the corner. Rodman for Jordan. 2-on-1 development. The lead for Kukoc. Stopped by Hawkins. And a jump ball. Good play by Percy Hawkins. Hugh Evans called a jump ball, but the outside official, Dick Bavetta, has called a foul on Hawkins.
Well, Michael Jordan and Tony Kukoc continue to have a little bit of discussion. I think Michael was disappointed that Tony could not catch and finish on that lob, but he didn't have his steps right. His timing was off, so all he had to do is he made sure he kept possession of the basketball. That was the smart thing.
Pippen got the step and puts home the putback.
It's always funny because a great player. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Rodman in the transition game. Well, not a foul, excuse me.
Now they do indicate a foul call. It is on Rodman, and a timeout is taken with 8:29 remaining in the first quarter. The Bulls with an 11-2 advantage. Chicago, Michael Jordan was not pleased with his own play or with the play of his teammates, and we talked about that earlier with Michael.
Well, I thought we were not preparing ourselves appropriately for the games mentally. I think Phil and the coaching staff have done a heck of a job in trying to get us prepared for the game strategically, but I think what we have to do is consume all that and then go out there and execute it properly. And we got to have the right mental preparation to do such. And I felt we were, because at home, taking things a little bit for granted, a little lightly, and it showed in the first half.
Well, it has not appeared to be the case here at the start. Gary Payton has come out firing away. You just saw that air ball from deep in the right-hand corner.
He's taking lots of shots, but those shots have got to go in. Seattle 0 for 3 from behind the line, continuing a disturbing trend as Jordan making that statement game, going at who's ever guarding him.
Well, whatever the Bulls did yesterday at practice and what they talked about today, they are moving their bodies and moving the ball. The offense is crisp.
You mentioned the disturbing trend as Kemp is able to get position inside. The disturbing trend from three-point land. They are now 8 for 34 from downtown in this series.
Well, that's been the focus of Chicago's defense throughout the playoffs against every team. They do not want to give open looks to anybody.
Tony Kukoc with a beautiful move. He's hit 2 of 3. And the Bulls are up 15-4. Another bad pass. The sloppy play by Seattle continues.
Assist-to-turnover ratio, we talked about it at the open. Plus, you get this sense that this is like Game 3. Chicago at Orlando, that 20-point victory. Chicago came out and played perfect basketball, particularly from the defensive end.
Backdoor lead for Longley, who blew the layup. And here's Kemp. Offensive foul. It's a charge on Kemp.
Well, Dennis Rodman saw that one coming from about 30 feet away. And he couldn't believe it. Sean Kemp just kept coming and coming and coming. He was standing there waiting forever. The offensive charge.
Another turnover. And twice now, Jordan at the offensive end has thrown lob passes, once to Kukoc, once to Longley. I don't know if they work on those in their native Yugoslavia and in Australia. They need more television sets over there.
Bill turning very, very cruel here.
Well, that's how you learn the game, Marv, is as a kid watching the games.
We may see Michael curb those lob passes the rest of the way.
Thrown to Scotty and Rodman.
Illegal defense was just called for the first time against Seattle. Here's Kukoc for 3. Well, Phil Jackson forced to go with Tony Kukoc as the starter because of the knee problem suffered by Ron Harper, and Kukoc has come out on fire. 3 of 4, 7 points. 18-4 Chicago lead. Shrek for 3. Did not hit the rim.
Very poor offensive execution. It's not the kind of start that Seattle needed. Chicago is playing perfect.
And here's Pippen drawing the foul.
Well, all season long, when Tony Kukoc has had the opportunity to start, he has delivered. In all of his statistics, much, much better. He's always been comfortable as a starter. You can see it in his eyes in this one. I think Seattle came out in this ballgame maybe relying too much on the emotion of the crowd in this building, and they have yet to settle down and just do not know where they want to go at the offensive end. Very haphazard.
It is now Chicago 19 and Seattle 4. Percy Hawkins trying to put the move on Tony Kukoc. Sean Kemp. And the Sonics are now rushing shots. Longley with the pick.
Oh, beautiful pass.
And the Bulls showing their usual superb ball movement. Jordan. The tip by Pippen. What an effort to get to the ball.
Marv, Chicago's tipping a lot with great positioning, but they bring those down and just try to go up with them again rather than very difficult tips, which aren't falling right now.
Well, the crowd wanted a foul. Hersey Hawkins challenging Luke Longley. It will be Seattle ball, 17 on the shot clock. Shrimp.
Well, I thought the Sonics had a notion early in this game. They wanted to go at Kukoc with strength. They went a couple of times. Detlef didn't take the shot, but there's a mismatch there. They looked at the tape of the game the other day. Tony Kukoc has trouble guarding anybody.
Longley. Try to bank it. Kemp on the rebound. Hawkins. 3-on-1. Payton for Perkins. Nicely done. And that gets the crowd going. The Bulls with a 19-8 lead. Delay of game warning with the Sonics batting the ball away following this.
The 3-on-1 set up by Michael Jordan, gambling just over midcourt, going for the steal, and Tony Kukoc had to feel like Custer there.
And the Bulls call for time. 4:50 remaining.
I'm going to keep being me.
Key Arena, where the Bulls have an early lead on the Sonics, 19-8. An animated Seattle huddle. Nate McMillan, the injured co-captain of this team, trying to pump up his teammates, saying you're reacting to the situation. You're thinking too much. You've just got to play and let this game come to you. Sam Perkins telling his teammates we're rushing, we're forcing shots, and we've got to stop doing that. And then George Karl telling them to take care of things on the defensive end and get into the regular rotation. Start it with the defense. Ahmad?
All right, Hannah, the story on Ron Harper, he irritated his knee the last couple of days in practice. He came out today in the pregame warm-ups, and it was really bothering him, so he wasn't able to start. He's been in the back riding a bicycle, trying to stretch it out, trying to get ready to play. He's back on the bench now, and appears that he may be able to play. We'll keep you posted, Marv.
All right, thanks, Ahmad. Here's Jordan as we resume. Hacked by Hawkins. Steve Kerr has come on for the first time. Percy Hawkins picking up the foul, his second.
Michael Jordan works that weak side post on the triple post offense so well. He gets the isolation, something that Phil Jackson trying to get him into quickly. A slap on the wrist. You know that Ron Harper's got to be in a tremendous amount of pain, because Harper is one of the toughest guys in this league, Marv. He plays through injuries so many times. It's got to be killing him and Nate McMillan that they can't be out here.
And Hawkins sits down, replaced by Vincent Askew. George Karl is looking for a lift from Askew, who has been getting the minutes off the bench in 2 games, but only 1 of 5, and he's turned it over 5 times. Sonics try to break. Payton got the roll, and it's the Bulls 21-10 over Seattle.
The first time in this series that the Sonics have attacked that full court trap after a free throw, and they get a terrific look and finish.
The lead for Jordan, and he misses the layup, but Longley is able to convert. What's going on here?
A terrific pass by Rodman. They read that backdoor play perfectly. What mental communication. Thing of beauty to watch.
Bulls 23, Sonics 10. Shrek for 3. And last touch by Kemp.
Hannah was right on it. Seattle is confused. They're trying to do too much, trying to think too much. Keep it simple. Play basic basketball like the Bulls.
And you see the rebounding advantage again for Chicago. We are seeing the best spurt of basketball that the Bulls have shown over the first 2 games and a quarter. Here's Longley getting inside. Nice move by Luke Longley, and the Bulls now lead 25-10. It has not been impressive for the Bulls, although they did win the first 2 games. Steve Kerr said the other day the Bulls have actually played only 3.5 good games in the entire playoffs.
It's nice that they set such a high standard for themselves. That's one of the reasons they've dominated basketball this year.
Kemp able to save it. Shot clock is rolled down to 3. Down to 1. And it is a 24-second violation. What a defensive sequence by the Bulls.
But Seattle's forwards and the offensive end are really giving them nothing. These are their creative forces, Kemp and Detlef Schrempf. These guys are jumping in the air to throw wild passes, not making good, strong, authoritative moves to the hoop.
3 minutes to go in this first quarter. Here's Kerr from way downtown. His shooting has been off in the serve.
Well, Steve has been unable to make him from the new 3-point line. He's moved further back. Feels he can maybe get his touch again.
Perkins off the head fake. Perkins with a strong move. Bulls 25. And the Sonics 12.
really unable to control Perkins. Perkins is left-handed.
Jordan, yes. 9 points for Jordan. He's hit 3 of 7. Not seeing many stops at the other end of the court as Chicago goes to the offense. They have been scoring at will in this first quarter.
That's a classic example of just what great offense does to a very good defense. One of the top-rated defenses in the NBA, Seattle, this year.
And a 3 for Jordan. That gives him 12. Bulls lead 30-12.
Now the Chicago Bulls respect the defense of Seattle. I think that's why they came out. They knew they would be tough in this building. That's why they had come out. They spaced the floor beautifully and passing the ball and making their shots to a team.
The steal by Jordan, leading to the breakaway by Pippen. Oh, the Bulls are just eating up the Sonics in this opening quarter with a minute 35 remaining. It's the Bulls 32 and the Sonics 12. 22nd timeout called by Seattle.
Michael Jordan hits the three-point shot and then comes right back on the defensive end. On the advancement of Seattle's offensive possession, the look-away pass and Scotty off to the races. And you have to wonder if Chicago was just toying with Seattle back in the Windy City.
Well, a 20-point lead for the Chicago Bulls with a minute and 35 remaining in this first quarter. The largest lead at the end of the first quarter in the history of the NBA Finals. 20-point lead by the Lakers over the New York Knicks back May 6th, 1970. That was game number 6 of that best-of-7, followed up by the long-remembered Willis Reed appearance in Game 7 back at Madison Square Garden, leading to the victory in the series by the Knicks over the Lakers. Pippen on a lead for Rodman. The onslaught continues.
And no excuse for that on the part of Seattle. Just very poor transition defense and plenty of time to get back and cover up in the lane.
We're approaching 1 minute left in this first quarter. Trent. Able to recover. And the Bulls now lead 34-14. Is on the floor for the first time. Did not start because of the knee problem. Michael Jordan sitting out here in the final minute and a half of the first quarter. So Harper and Kerr at the guards. Kukoc, Pippen and Rodman up front. Kukoc forcing. And Payton in the open floor. Hit from behind by Kukoc.
Well, every opportunity that the Bulls get to run, they will. Whether it's a steal, whether it's a rebound, the outlet pass of Scottie Pippen getting out, getting the lead pass from Kerr, and attacking the defense, and just Dennis Rodman sneaking in on that right side. Even though Pippen jumped in the air, plenty of time to find the open man Rodman.
The Bulls get out of their offense when Jordan goes to the bench. Scottie's got to take a more assertive role.
Perkins able to save that pass, nearly thrown away by Askew, and a foul committed by Kukoc, his second.
Plus, when Luke Longley was in, he did a good job staying in front of that basket, forcing the Sonics to the perimeter game. Longley goes to the bench, and Sonics having some success at the hoop.
Sam Perkins at the line with the Bulls over the limit. Sam coming off a 5-for-10 shooting performance, 13 points in game 2. Now Jordan returns. Harper sits down.
Don't know if Harper's going to be able to give much today. He looked a little gimpy out there, Marv.
16 seconds remaining in the quarter. 18-point Chicago lead. The Bulls holding for a final shot. Down to 5. Jordan putting moves on Askew. 1 second remaining. Well, Askew played him well. So the Chicago Bulls in command after 1. They are up 34-16. Tony Kukoc providing a lift in the starting lineup at 3 of 5, 7 points, 12 for Michael Jordan. We'll be back in Seattle right after these messages. Well, the Bulls with a 34-16 lead on the Sonics as we head to the second quarter here in Seattle. Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam on hand. He was at the 2 games in Chicago, a native of Seattle, although has ties to Dennis Rodman. And there's Kenny G, who did a terrific job with the anthem prior to the game. Although Bill Matt was disappointed. He thought Kenny G would sing the anthem. A little confused about it.
Kenny is a regular Sonic fan. Played the national anthem the opening night here, but the Sonics are shooting themselves in the foot here. They got 6 turnovers. They're 0 for 6 from behind the line. They've given up 6 offensive rebounds. They're down 18 points.
Well, George Karl was telling us on Showtime that he thinks it's mental, not physical. It may be a bit of both here in the first half.
Well, the Bulls have brought their A game in that first quarter.
And it's now Chicago 34 and Seattle 18. Bill Wennington on the floor for the first time. Jordan with Pippen, Kukoc, Wennington, and Rodman. Shot clock at 6. Jordan got the step, rejected by Kemp. Sean Kemp came over and made the block.
Jordan is very frustrated. Just 2 seconds on the shot clock. He is playing so well. His teammates, Kukoc, not keeping up with Michael Jordan today, and he's frustrated about it.
Jordan will it count? No. 24 seconds.
Well, Dick Bavetta, the trail official, having a look at this, but so difficult to hear. You see the shot clock on the left part of your screen. Very, very close. Michael Jordan, in his inner ear, he felt it was good. But, Bill, you have gotten the matchup that you have wanted so far in this series. Payton and Jordan finally matched up.
And that was the first turnover committed by the Bulls. Foul on Wennington.
I just don't understand why Seattle waits for game 3 to get it going.
Or to get behind by 16.
Absolutely.
Payton, Askew, Hawkins, Perkins, and Kemp on the floor for George Karl. Here's Payton for 3. They cannot hit the three-point shot. They have missed their last 14 from three-point range.
And that one didn't have a chance. It didn't look good at all.
Wennington run into by Askew.
And right away now, Michael realized that he is being defended by Payton. He is just going to run to the low blocks on either side and try to be the post man in this triangle offense and try to get inside as much as possible. Not that Payton is much smaller, but Jordan's certainly stronger than Gary Payton inside.
And you recall they got involved in a heated exchange during the fourth quarter on Friday night. Jordan said it was just conversation. He said he can't get in my head. I'm pretty sure he's not going to let me get in his head. Jordan said to this point, that is a standoff. Kukoc. What a move by Jordan, but not able to hit.
Just watching Jordan and getting in up close to his face and seeing the defensive effort.
Askew with the floor. And the Sonics showing some signs. They are now down by 14.
But Jordan's presence just so inspirational.
And the crowd very much back into it. Hugh Evans calls the foul on Gary Payton. 8:01 by Seattle.
And right away, Michael wanting to take that weak side post position against Payton, and Payton battles hard. This is why he is the defensive player of the year, and really, that was not a foul. That was just good, hard, tough post defense. If that were two big men, they wouldn't have blown the whistle.
And the battle continues between Jordan and Payton. Jordan turned it over. Picked off by Hawkins, who was blocked by Pippen for the foul on Scottie Pippen.
And Michael is forcing things a little bit right now. He wants to take it to Gary Payton in every opportunity.
Timeout taken by Phil Jackson. 2:04. We welcome you back to the Pacific Northwest as you look at Dennis Rodman, who a moment ago was hit with a technical foul for what is termed unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, I should say Dennis Rodman giving the two-hand disgusted wave towards referee Steve Javie. And that is automatic. We saw it in game one with Joe Crawford. As soon as you put those two hands up and wave in that fashion, you don't even have to say anything. That's an automatic technical.
And Dennis is trying to explain to Coach Phil Jackson, I didn't do anything, Coach. Absolutely nothing. There's no way you can show up the referee. Dennis clearly at fault there.
Percy Hawkins converting on the technical. Once again, Dennis Rodman called for an early technical foul. Back in game one, that led to the Frank Burkowski-Dennis Rodman controversy.
And Burkowski has not been a factor since. George Karl refused to give him a chance to play. And Burkowski can be a positive contributor for this Sonic team.
Well, the Bulls have led by as many as 22. Payton with the back-end move on Randy Brown, who just came on following the timeout. Brown extending the knee and is called for the foul. So a 9-0 run by the Sonics.
A good move by Phil Jackson, though, to get Brown in there to watch Payton for a while. I think he sensed that Michael Jordan was trying to do too many different things once Michael will settle down a little bit.
Here's the double on Kemp. Jumping to pass. Askew, as a result, lost it. A host of turnovers in this first half by Seattle. The Bulls have missed their last 5 field goal attempts. Pippen getting the good position. Got clock at 6.
Scottie Pippen was hammered inside. The non-call led to the scramble play in the perimeter and the confusion for the Bulls.
Payton again working on Brown. Payton lost his balance. Payton, oh, what a sequence for Gary Payton.
Oh, Gary Payton operates so well when he gets the ball down low on the left side. That's one of the things that Ron Harper has kept him from doing it. Brown puts good pressure on, but he still let him get that deep.
But look at the size differential that Randy Brown gives up.
Weddington going glass. And now Steve Javie with a call. Maybe a double foul here. Yes, it is. A double. It's on Kemp. And Rodman.
And Rodman getting a break there, and Sean Kemp can't believe anything was called against him. He was just boxing out, a push and a shove from Dennis Rodman, and very quickly, Michael Jordan got right into the face of Dennis Rodman and told him, cool it right now. You've already got the one technical, and this was very close here. On the weak side, Rodman and Kemp battling for position. And you see there, Rodman clearly the instigator. Kemp just trying to hold his arm up and box out Rodman.
And now Sean Kemp has 2 fouls when he was not involved in that play at all, and he has to go to the bench.
Rodman also sits down after collecting his second. Trent for Askew. And it's a charge. Offensive foul. Vincent Askew trying to make things happen. His offense off, although he's not noted as an offensive player, but with the injury suffered by Nate McMillan, they're looking for a bit more from Askew.
Marv, Askew is pump faking that 3-point shot. He hadn't even taken one. That pump fake doesn't work. Make another swing pass rather than try to create off an ineffective pump fake as crew coaches in the lineup.
Turnovers a problem for Seattle all season long. Yes, they force them, but they kick it away too many times. 9 turnovers already in this first half.
Shot clock at 5. Brown for 3. Randy Brown, who does not think shot first. Able to hit from plan.
So much of that is coaching, bringing the guys off the bench like Kerr and Bushler. They make so much of the Chicago bench, but really, these are all guys who nobody really wanted. Much the way Orlando has a bench that nobody wanted, but Chicago, through Phil Jackson, they just have such great ball movement. Everybody willing to give it up because they know, because of Jordan's leadership, he'll give it right back.
Randy Brown on that last foul. How about Brown during the regular season? 1 for 11 from downtown and just hit the 3 here in the NBA Finals. 16-point Chicago lead. Shot clock out of 5. Perkins on the rebound. And the officials check with each other. The ruling last touch by Brown of the Bulls.
Phil Jackson up the sideline arguing for a double dribble on Sam Perkins, but it was not an intentional dribble, the first bobble of the ball. George Karl wants a timeout.
7:09 remaining in this first half. The ball is not a good stat line for the Sonics. This includes tonight in the first half. They have picked up 41 assists, a low number, and they've turned it over 43 times.
Well, it all speaks to their execution on offense. Not enough ball movement, not good passing, and consequently, you're not going to shoot the ball very well. But the Sonics have had problems with turning the ball over all season long. That man, Sean Kemp, averaging 4 turnovers a game throughout the season.
He's got 3 tonight, as does Askew. Kemp averaging over 30 points a game in this series. He's got 2 points this afternoon.
Seattle had only 10 assists in the game on Friday night. Payton able to chase it down. Trent eluding Bushler, who just came on. That left Trent with his 3rd field goal. He has 6 points. And the Bulls now lead 39-25. Chicago is led by as many as 22. They came storming out to quiet this crowd. The crowd getting back into it with the good play by the Sonics, who were able to run off 9 straight points. Kukoc will go to the line as he was hit.
This is just another example of what I would call careless defense. Yes, it's the way Seattle plays, but let's watch Detlef Schrempf first. Having to shake off the challenge shot there. Got a good look at the basket, as Detlef Schrempf is going to have to do a lot more of that. But the other end, ball goes inside to Luke Longley, and Gary Payton just gambles and comes over and double teams, and then leaves his other defenders out of sorts underneath the basket. You just can't do that.
Chicago is the best offensive team in basketball this year by the numbers, but they stick with their patterns. You always sense, well, we know this is coming because they're going to post up a guy, they're going to flash off. Seattle is too much of a scramble.
Off the pressure defense, a foul on Bushler. Bulls over the foul limit. 6.5 minutes remaining in this first half. You see Frank Murkowski getting set to check in. Dennis Rodman has been sitting it out, as has Sean Kemp after they picked up the double foul. Kemp is now back on the floor. Sean Kemp very quiet in this first half. 1 of 3 from the field. So Murkowski checks in, and here's his good friend Dennis Rodman getting set to return.
Now the courage of Phil Jackson right now. With Dennis Rodman already 1 technical, a couple of personal fouls. A volatile situation could develop, but I think Phil trying to show Dennis that he trusts him.
Bulls 41 and the Sonics 27.
Coaches have to show trust in their players. That's why Phil Jackson is the coach of the year and the best coach in the NBA today.
Bill, are you on the take here? Not that I would disagree with that, but you are pushing Phil right.
Look what he does with this team. I mean, Luke Longley, nobody wanted him. Steve Kerr, nobody wanted here. Randy Brown, Bushler. He's taken all these guys. They learn from Jordan. They learn from Pippen. And they get an unbelievable team here that thinks basketball as a unit.
Oh, I'm not disputing it, but I think this is about the 5th time it's been mentioned.
And I wouldn't say that nobody wanted the players that you mentioned. It's just that they found their niche with this particular ball club.
Luke Longley with a nice move as Rodman and Burkowski became entangled. Luke Longley with a terrific start. 5 of 8 from the field. 10 points. Bulls lead by 16. Schrepp for 3. And Rodman with the rebound. So the Sonics 0 for the last 15 from three-point range. Jordan got caught. Oh, Michael Jordan with a couple of miscues here in the first half. Oh, nice pass from Payton. Detlef Schrempf with 10. And Chicago's lead is now 14.
More and more plays like that will get Seattle right back into this game and into this series.
Yes. Steve Kerr with his first field goal coming into today. 1 of 11 from the field the first 2 games of this series. And coming off a superb shooting performance against Orlando. Detlef Schrempf, a different player here in the first half.
He's manhandling Judd Bushler right now in the low post, but Detlef Schrempf can do that to various sizes and shapes of players.
Timeout taken by the Bulls. 4:45 remaining in the first half. But Michael Jordan only 4 of 12 from the field, and he has missed his last 4. He's also turned it over uncharacteristically on 2 occasions. They double up on Jordan. Kukoc. And back comes Payton. His eye off the pass, looking for the shot.
Mark, Gary Payton has a careless habit of giving up that ball in transition on the flow in the mid-court area. I think that's a bad mistake.
Pippen is blocked, and then Strip. Burkowski, but with the strip, but threw it away. Now single coverage with Hawkins on Jordan, who goes right at him, and is fouled.
And you mentioned Jordan's performance, Mark, but it was his start that set the tempo, that got him out to that 20-point lead, and they've just been sort of hanging on right now, just sort of trying to keep the status quo, maybe get to halftime with a good solid lead, and then come out in the third and just really hammer down again. That seems to be Michael Jordan and the Bulls' approach today.
Well, Michael had his free throw shooting problems in game 2, just 10 for 16. And he is well aware that every time that he drives to the basket, there is going to be some kind of a hard foul. Talking to him before the game, I asked if it was borderline, if some of these may be flagrant fouls. He said no. He said they are clean, hard fouls, and we expect them. We got to be ready to take them.
We saw John Sally check in. So Sally with Longley and Kukoc up front, Pippen and Jordan in the backcourt. 16-point Chicago lead. Sean Kemp, who has been quiet, facing the double team. Here is Schrempf. Burkowski. And knocked out of bounds. And a foul call on Burkowski. Burkowski commits his second personal.
A wild offensive sequence for Seattle where they're really just throwing it up there. They need to get better shots. You drive in there, you draw the defense, and then you kick out to somebody who's standing at the foul line or the three-point line. Burkowski unable to get it going.
And Burkowski sitting down. Jordan now with 15 points. The Bulls 48 and the Sonics 31. This game 3 of the best of 7 NBA Final Series. Game 4 here in Seattle Wednesday night. 9 o'clock start Eastern Time, 6 out on the West Coast. 3.5 remaining in the first half. Sally on Perkins. Kemp around Longley. and fouled by Longley.
Well, Sean Kemp is so confident when he goes into a one-on-one situation against Luke Longley, whether it's close to the basket, whether it's on the perimeter. He knows he can put the ball on the deck and get in there and create some contact from Luke Longley, and that was just a careless foul by Luke as he reached in.
Sean Kemp with just one field goal, 1 of 3 at the line. Kemp has been the offense for the Sonics' first 2 games, 29 points. And in game 2, he had 32 points. In game 1, Longley sitting down after picking up his second foul, leads with 10 points. So the Bulls with a 49-33 lead.
Marv Rodman's been in and out of the lineup so much tonight, almost like on a yo-yo there. Impossible for him to get a rhythm for the ball on the boards.
Kukoc able to save it. Pippen resets. Shot clock down to 4. And it will be Seattle back in possession.
Well, if you're George Karl, you're just hoping in these last 3 minutes that you can close this gap, get us around 10 or 12, so you have something positive to talk about during halftime.
Back comes Kukoc. Again, it's Payton on Jordan. Sally, played by Kemp. Jordan. Yes, nicely done on the setup from Kukoc.
Marv, they just keep moving all the time. When one guy has the ball, they're not standing watching.
And there's nothing passive about Tony Kukoc here in the first half. Sean Kemp, 6 points now for Kemp. The Bulls 51, the Sonics 35.
Marv, Tony's one of those guys who responds to the challenge. A very competitive guy, even though a quiet personality. Harper out. He knows it's his day.
And Michael Jordan picking it up. He has 20 points. The Bulls by 18.
Well, Tony knows he's playing with a lot of fellas out there who have a lot of championship rings, and he's got a few European championships of his own. So that's a good lineup.
Offensive foul. That's 3 on Kemp.
Sean Kemp working for low post position, just nails John Sally with an elbow in the head. The referee's right on top of it. Digging in deep there, Sean Kemp leans right in. And that initial elbow from the left side, right to John Sally, who does know how to respond once that whistle blows.
And Kemp sits down. David Wingate comes on for the first time. Jordan being guarded by Wingate. Shoots over. Yes. Oh, Michael is on fire now. 23 for Jordan. 3-pointer for Michael Jordan. And it is now a 21-point lead for the Bulls. They have led by as many as 22. Foul was called on Sally.
It wasn't too long ago we were saying Michael Jordan, maybe he's trying to do a little too much. Well, hey, he's doing it. Inside, outside, everywhere. As he is really feeling it right now like nobody can cover him.
When we were talking to him before the game today, you could just feel that intensity just coming out, oozing out, if you will. This is a very special person.
But of most significance, Michael telling us that he would like to play golf tomorrow, and the only way he could do it under his terms would be if the Bulls win today and Phil Jackson gives the club the day off from practice. And we said that might be your greatest motivation, and he did not disagree.
Well, even if they don't have any time off from practice, the sun stays up so long in this town. 9:15 last night. It was still shining.
That looking out the window with the watch in his hand.
I wrote it in my diary.
That must live in the southern hemisphere.
Bulls with a 56-37 lead. Jordan. Yes. Michael Jordan with 25. He is now 8 for 16. And the Bulls lead 58-37.
Marv, it all comes down to style for the Bulls right now. Everything coming off passing, the few occasions it does break down a little bit, Jordan always there to bail him out.
Foul is called. Sally took down Perkins. Michael Jordan has hit his last 4 shots, 25 points in this first half.
I was saying how the Sonics would like to go into halftime, maybe down 10 or 12. Well, it's gone the other way, now to 21. And with all the ideas to double-team Michael Jordan, probably the best time would have been to do it these last couple of minutes. Now, yes, he's out on the perimeter, and you don't want to run crazy double-teaming, but when he is this hot, you must run at him and get the ball out of his hands.
Sam Perkins, 4 for 4 at the line.
Well, I don't think the problem has been so much on the defensive end for Seattle. I mean, nobody's really going to stop Michael Jordan. The problem is offense. They got 37 points playing at home. They come out in the opening quarter, stink it up. They get 16 points.
And Jordan is headed back to the line, fouled by Wingate. Well, Bill, the Sonics are now 14 of 32, shooting 43%. The Bulls are at 51% shooting, 22 out of 43.
All the talk has been about the big start, the home crowd. They come on flat, Bulls playing perfect, and now the crowd is sitting on their hands here in a half-hearted attempt to distract Michael with some deflated balloons behind the basket.
Yeah, really bothersome.
A 20-second timeout has been called by
those 12 turnovers by Seattle, many of them forced by the Chicago Bulls defense, something they do very, very well. Some of those turnovers of the careless variety.
We are down to 50 seconds remaining. He has converted his last 4 shots. Incidentally, the record for the NBA Finals, most points in a finals half, 35, which is held by, yes, Michael Jordan. Game 1 against Portland in 92. Another look at the move by Jordan a moment ago that led to the foul called on Wingate.
Well, David Wingate and Michael have had their confrontation so far in the 2.5 games of this series. That was just a fly pattern after the made free throw, but David Wingate maybe has some long fingernails there. He got the neck and chin of Michael, the side of the arm. Michael was checking all over the place to see where he was cut on this play. Michael would have been a pretty darn good wide receiver.
It's the Bulls 60, the Sonics 38.
Matt, don't encourage him. The last guy that did that, he went and played baseball for a while.
Perkins. Sally. Lead pass for Schrempf waved off for an illegal defense call.
Judd Bushler, who was on the weak side, trying to help out as that double team came about. He was just in no man's land, trying to zone up and protect, and got caught.
That was the first illegal defense against Chicago. Seattle was hit with one earlier. Now a half minute left in this opening half. Hayden wanted to use the pick, but Perkins was moving with him. Here's Wingate. Rebounded by Pippen. And the Bulls will hold for a final shot of this first half as we come up on 10 seconds to go. Here's Pippen. Yes, and it counts. Well, a symbolic finisher to a first half that has been just splendid for the Chicago Bulls.
It has been a clinic for Chicago. Every aspect. Jordan, Pippen, the big guys are playing their game. Dennis Rodman celebrating.
And one, he said.
And referee. Something different.
Well, they did miss a free throw.
Final seconds of the half. Biggest lead of the night. Enjoyed by Chicago. Bushler with the steal. A 24-point lead for the Bulls, who are seeking to go 3 up in this best of 7. Michael Jordan leading the way. 27 points, 15 in the second quarter. We'll be back in a moment with Bob Costas and the Prudential halftime report.
Here's what's up. If I make this shot, you gotta stay home. She scored!
What are you doing?
What am I doing? Right now? Saving lives.
Let's check in with Hannah Storm, who is with Sonic coach George Karl. Hannah?
George, what do you think happened to your team in the first half, and what do you tell them here at halftime?
I think right now we just got to play and get back to trying to play with some confidence. You know, we broke apart. We got hit with a great defensive effort early. And then Michael Jordan's great performance. I mean, they played a great half on us. But we got to play back and just compete and get back to getting some confidence in the game.
Are they confident right now, or are they destroyed? I mean, do you think they have enough left to get back in this game?
Well, this team's always fought all year and has a lot of pride. I think you're going to see us fight.
Okay, good luck in the second half, Coach. Mark?
All right, thank you, Hannah. Matt, if you're in the Chicago locker room, where I know you would prefer to be at this point, what does Phil Jackson tell his club?
Well, he's going to be serious with his team. He's going to say, we can't relax. We can't be complacent. We got this lead because we respected this Seattle ball club. We executed well. We defended well.
All right, Bill, what can Seattle do here in the second half?
Oh, gee, thanks a lot, Mark, for that opportunity. They have to play for pride right now and try to keep together all the good things that Seattle has done this year. It's been a great year, but not a good first half at all. They're in a lot of trouble.
All right, a look at the Miller Lite halftime statistics, and you can see why Seattle is in trouble. Chicago, 23 of 44, 52% from the field. Seattle at 14 of 33, and Michael Jordan with 27 on 8 of 16 shooting. Three-point field goal, Chicago 5 of 8. Seattle in the midst of a drought right throughout the series from three-point territory. 0 for 8 tonight, and Peyton just 8 points in the first half. We'll be back in Seattle in a moment. The Key Arena, which has been kept relatively quiet in this first half by this commanding Chicago lead. Let's check in with Ahmad Rashad. Ahmad?
All right, thanks, Mark. Excuse me, Dick. I'm trying to do a reporting. Phil Jackson, unlike in Game 2, didn't have much to say to his team at halftime, but he did say that the second half will mean nothing if they can't pick up where they left off in the first half. Also, to be wary of Seattle coming out and pressing. Mark?
Oh, that official Dick Pavetta is such a wacky guy, isn't he? He'll do anything for odd camera time.
Seattle starting Frank Brakowski in the second half, not going with Irvin Johnson, who's been the starter. Maybe Frank Brakowski can give him something from the perimeter as the Sonics really struggle from downtown.
Longley comes out, followed by Brakowski. Shot clock is down to 2. Here is Longley. Longley with 12 points, and the Bulls now lead 64-38.
Marv, remember what Michael was telling us before the game about how he was lecturing Luke about when you get popped in the eye like that, take those 5 stitches. You got to come out and show him that you're not going to allow that to happen anymore. Longley's done it with his game today.
Took an inadvertent elbow from Sean Kemp. And actually wanted to leave, and Phil Jackson was saying, no, you play through it. You stay on the floor. But, of course, with the blood dripping down, he was forced to leave. Jordan was upset because he felt that Longley was just too low-key about taking that shot. And that is another Seattle turnover. It is turnover number 13.
And Michael Jordan slipped and fell into one of our cameramen on that last play and just went over to make sure that he was all right as Michael went hard to the floor.
That was a terrible pass by Gary Payton. Well behind Frank Brakowski on the dead run.
Kukoc from 3. Longley tried to punch it on the back tap, but carried out of bounds.
Well, Michael Jordan with that, what has now become the patented get up in the air fadeaway shot, just kept fading all the way back and all over our NBC cameraman.
Crowd trying to urge on the Sonics. Kemp fouled by Longley. That's 3 on Luke Longley. No team in the history of the NBA Finals has ever come back from more than 21 down at the half to win. The Sonics trailing by 24 at halftime. That's the biggest comeback victory in the history of the finals. Baltimore beat Philadelphia back in April of 1948, coming back from a 21-point deficit. Bulls now lead 64-40.
Sorry, I don't have anything more to give you on that Baltimore-Philly game in 48, Marv.
Well, I know Matt can fill us in on that one.
Freddie Scolari in the backcourt for the Baltimore Bullets. I knew that.
Did you coach him, too?
Very good.
Good defense by the Sonics. Pippen. And it's a 24-second violation of the basket and knockdown. Pippen just tossed it up, looking to hit the rim, and Rodman trying to save it. And now there's a discussion. Rodman is applauding the call. Perhaps they are changing the call. Steve Javie, Hugh Evans, Dick Bavetta talking about whether that should be a 24-second violation. If not, the basket would count. So tough because they have to visualize the replay in their mind.
Of course, not allowed to use television replays.
There is no 24-second violation because the ball hits the ring.
We get the ruling. Here's another look at it.
Has the ball. The whistle blows and it goes to the
Yes, it did graze the rim. So the basket does not count, but they'll
There is no 24-second violation.
see how they reset the clock. They'll put some time back up.
Well, they'd have to give them a full 24 because the ball did hit the rim.
And a good ruling by the officials as the shot clock sounded and the whistle blew. Just everybody basically stopped other than the alert Dennis Rodman.
And there again was Sean Kemp unable to keep Dennis Rodman off the board. Hannah was talking about that's what they did all day yesterday in practice. Interesting how they wait until before game 3 to realize you have to block Dennis Rodman off.
Kowski trying to tie up Longley. Jordan rebounded by Bukowski, and he nearly threw it away. Hawkins eluding Jordan, who picks up the foul. That is his first.
I've always loved it, Marv, when these great players like Jordan and Barkley and Bird and Magic, who are so involved in every play, and finally, midway through the second half, oh, there's their first foul.
Bukowski just running right at three for Hersey Hawkins. But Dennis made a bit more out of it, though, as he went to the floor. 3 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Bulls by 21. They double up on Jordan, and he threw it away.
Well, that's the kind of pressure defense that was so successful for Seattle in the Utah series. Here, Dennis Rodman and Bukowski getting all tangled up. And Dennis, with a flop there, just taking a little bump from Bukowski.
I don't know, a forearm to the throat.
Hawkins is fouled.
Chicago has to be careful because Seattle has come out as the aggressors in this half. That'll get the crowd back into it. And once that crowd gets going, it is impossible to get them back in their seats. Chicago, not really a single good play in the opening 3.5 minutes of the third.
Foul on Pippen. Hersey Hawkins this evening. That is only his 5th point. Here's Steve Kerr replacing Tony Kukoc. Tony Kukoc providing a lift for the Bulls in the first half. Started the game because Ron Harper is bothered by a knee problem. Kukoc with 9 points. So the Bulls now lead 64-45, pressure by the Sonics. And Longley is able to bring it across.
One of the reasons for Kerr is that he is expert against the trapping, pressing defenses that Seattle's going to throw on the rest of this game.
Longley. And Jordan able to keep it alive with 24 for the Bulls. Jordan fouled. Bukowski with the reps on Michael Jordan. Frank Burkowski involved, picking up his third personal.
And Burkowski and Rodman having some extracurricular talk there. Michael Jordan once again quickly getting over to Rodman and pulling him away.
Well, the crowd here in Seattle very much back into it. The Sonics chipping away, but still trailing by 19. Travel.
Well, you can also tell from the talk of George Karl in that halftime saying, hey, guys, we got to let it all go right here. Frank Burkowski, if you can get somebody involved, do it. Sean Kemp, you have to start getting physically involved in this ball game.
7-0 run by the Sonics. Bulls have led by as many as 26. Trent. Rebounded by Longley. Crowd wanted a traveling violation on Longley.
Well, that's the kind of offensive play that's typified Seattle all day. Trying to beat a guy, a great defensive player, one-on-one, going to your left with a fadeaway jumper.
And here's a fadeaway jumper by Rodman. It is a 3-second violation call on Sean Kemp.
This is the kind of Seattle defense that I think everybody in this building, and I know we expected at the start of this game. Very physical, very grabby, clutchy, and just get into the chest and into the face of the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls never let them get into that early in the first quarter.
Yes, the Sonics swarming defensively here in the third. And cut into that Bulls lead. Again a whistle, 3 seconds.
And the call by Steve Jabbing over the weak side. Probably could have called something else there as Rodman and Burkowski get all tangled up. And then the 3-second violation. Seattle's defense has gotten serious here at the start of the third quarter, challenging every pass, every shot, and here's Sean Kemp popping Rodman in the chest, and as they get all tangled up, something could have been called there of a foul nature, but the official wisely called the 3-second violation. You should be happy with that call.
Well, Dennis Rodman has to be very careful. This is where he usually has his problems. When they're way up, the game is not in the balance. And where was this physical response from Seattle early on in this series?
Well, the Bulls have not scored in 4.5 minutes. They've been outscored here in the third, 7-2. Kemp had it accidentally knocked away by Payton, able to recover and hit. The Bulls 64 and the Sonics 47, 6.5 remaining in the third quarter. Bulls in this third quarter turned it over 3 times, only 1 of 7 from the field. They get 1 of the last 8.
So difficult for a team with a huge lead to come out with that edge and that sharpness. Very dangerous for Chicago as they're in danger of losing this entire lead.
All right, Pippen with the rebound on the Shrimp miss. Well, the Bulls with a magnificent first half, probably their best of the playoff run. Rodman able to keep it alive. And I lost it. Payton with the steal. Hawkins for 3. They just cannot hit from downtown, and it leads to this. A fast break bucket by Jordan.
And George Karl has been saying, if we don't make threes, we cannot win. What a beautiful play by Steve Kerr to start that 2-on-1 break.
Well, Kemp with the spin move, but had nowhere to go. Burkowski for 3, and he was able to hit. A 3-pointer for Burkowski. And the Bulls now lead 66-50. So Seattle 2 of 12 from downtown.
That's Burkowski's offensive game. Feed off the penetration, spot up at the line. What a pass, Jordan.
Longley. Tied up by Kemp. Sean Kemp with a brilliant defensive play.
Well, Luke Longley wisely Mosley keep moving, find the open area as Jordan is double teamed, and then Luke Mosley trying to do the right thing, take it strong in the basket, but just unable to finish that play off against the bigger, stronger, quicker Seattle defenders.
Who is becoming a factor in this third quarter. Foul called on Rodman. That's 3 on Rodman and the Bulls. Now with 4:53 to go in this third quarter, leading by 16. A look at the block by Burkowski.
Way too casual by Pippen. Burkowski showing the skills that he has. Spot-up shooter, good interior, rugged defender.
To Burkowski. Nice ball movement. Kukoc off the mark on a three-point attempt. Here comes Payton. He was looking for help, and then was hit by Kerr. For the Bulls, their 5th team foul.
Chicago has done nothing in this third quarter. They've come out, they've scored a total of 4 points. They're all standing around thinking that it's over. Now Seattle is just surging, roaring. The crowd is behind them. This is when they play their best, when their backs are against the wall, as they certainly are.
Well, Tony Kukoc took that last jump shot deep in the left corner, felt he was hit on the wrist and arm, and then turned to the official begging for the call. If he had alertly followed his own miss, he would have probably got the rebound, and all of his teammates remind him, don't worry about non-calls, keep playing.
The Sonics have outscored the Bulls 14-4 on the first. It's down to a 14-point lead. Kemp knocked it out of bounds. Nice catch by Cindy Crawford in the front row. And there's Cindy getting herself involved in the game. Wearing the Dennis Rodman hat. Timeout has been called with 4:18 remaining in the third. The Bulls only 2 of 13 from the field. Teamed up and created the official website for the NBA Finals at finals.com. Game previews, player bios, video highlights, the latest news on the Bulls and the Sonics. Plus, during our NBC broadcast of the Finals, fans around the globe can interact with our very own cybercaster, Steve Snapper Jones. Busy at work, as you can see. He'll be on live with commentary and answering fan questions during the course of the game. Check out the official website of the NBA at NBC Sports at finals.com. 4:15 remaining in this third quarter, and the Bulls now appear to be the team that is rattled. They throw it away, giving the Sonics another opportunity. A Chicago Bulls team that has got 2 of 13 from the field. They've been outscored 14-4 here in the third, which has usually been their quarter. That's the case in games 1 and 2. Perkins trying to dump it off. But Pippen able to step right into that passing lane.
Marvin Mott was telling us the last time out that Phil Jackson's telling his team to weather the storm. They'll get tired eventually. The problem with that strategy is that these fans won't let them get tired. Ouch, what a wild and horrible shot.
Here comes Payton. Hawkins. And he draws the foul. He was blocked. Foul on Steve Kerr. So the Bulls have scored only 4 points in this third quarter. It's unbelievable. 3:33 remaining in the quarter. Fewest points in a quarter in the NBA Finals, 11. New York Knicks against the Los Angeles Lakers, April 30th, 1972.
Well, the Bulls just have not done enough with their defense to create some fast break opportunities. And then when they have to walk the ball into the front court and try to run their triangle offense, the pressure defense of Seattle has just totally taken them out of the rhythm.
Hersey Hawkins, 4 for 4. 8 points for Hawkins. With a cameo coming on for Detlef Schrempf. And again, the crowd wild here at Key Arena. Kerr for 3. Bulls, 68. The Sonics, 54.
Perfect execution of the set offense. Take the ball to one side, double down on the other for Steve Kerr.
Kemp able to get inside. Sean Kemp got off to the slow start. He has now become a factor. He has 12 points.
And Mar, it's a very tough matchup. Kukoc trying to keep Kemp away from the basket. He can only hope to get it back on the offensive end.
Can of defense. Shot clock at 7. Pippen. Oh, beautiful move with a head fake on Hersey Hawkins.
And Phil Jackson and the Chicago bench are wondering why Steve Kerr was not credited with a three-point shot.
Apparently they did wave it off. Called it a 2. Here's Wingate for 3. David Wingate from downtown. And the Bulls lead 71-59.
Michael Jordan's got to get more assertive. He's got to start calling for that ball, waving his teammates away so he can get to the hoop.
Shot clock at 6. Pippen. Here come the Sonics. Just under 2 minutes to go in the third. Now Peyton posting. Facing the double team. The steal by Pippen. Kukoc chased by Perkins. The Bulls with a 73-59 lead.
Well, Steve Kerr in trouble under duress with the post-up of Gary Payton, and his teammates came quickly to his aid and forced the turnover.
Matt, you mentioned the Bulls defense not getting it done. They've upped it. In that low post, Gary Payton, who has tortured all the short guards in the Western Conference, realized he's got Kerr, but the double team just leads to easy fast breaks.
Foul committed by Weddington. And again, Hawkins, one of the NBA's better free throw shooters. At the line, he's 5 for 5 here tonight. 8 points for Hersey, 7 of the 8 in this comebacking third quarter.
Now, when Gary Payton gets in that position with a guy like Steve Kerr, he's got to anticipate double team, and that's where he's got to find his three-point shooters. The only two on the floor right now are Hersey Hawkins and Sam Perkins, but they have to be spotted up and spaced correctly.
A Chicago lead once 24. It's now 12.
I'm surprised Phil Jackson hasn't come back with Dennis Rodman. Maybe he was upset with the fact that Rodman was losing his cool and concentration with the big lead.
And the outside official, Steve Chabby, calling it on Hawkins. Non-shooting foul for the Bulls, their first team foul the last 2 minutes.
I think Phil just does want to weather this storm now and make sure that he has fresh troops for the final 8 minutes of this ballgame.
Kukoc watched by Kemp. Wingate is on Jordan. Travel.
Scottie Pippen is really hesitating when he gets that initial pass. Jordan makes the play. They double team him, and when Scottie gets it, he's got to go right away with it. Don't stop and wait, but then you got to start all over again.
Down to 40 seconds remaining in the third. Hawkins got the step. Wingate, and he's called for travel.
Marv, Seattle's right back in this game, just down 12. The crowd is on the edge of their seats. You can just hear them, feel them breathing down on your necks here. The offense has really picked up. This is Seattle's Sonic basketball.
But this is as tough and intense a defense as you'll see all season long from two teams on the same floor.
Wennington, Bill Wennington with a second field goal. It's the Bulls 75, the Sonics 61, 10 seconds to go. Third quarter. Down to 5. Wingate. And that is it for the third quarter. Seattle outscored Chicago 23-13 to get back into it. Trailing by 24 at the half, trailing by as many as 26. It is now a 14-point game. Bill Wennington with the corner jump a moment ago to extend that Chicago lead. Dennis Rodman sitting out a good portion of this third quarter. We'll be back with the fourth. Back at Key Arena in Seattle, Marv Albert, Matt Guokas, Bill Walton, Ahmad Rashad, Hannah Storm, Bob Costas. The entire crew on hand, and we have seen this crowd in a frenzy right throughout the third quarter. The Sonics getting back into it. Chicago shooting only 6 of 19 from the field in the third. Michael Jordan, only 2 points in the third quarter, was not part of the offense, but figures to be a different story here in the fourth. Jordan now with 31.
One of those old UCLA plays, Bill, the UCLA cut, and Michael Jordan able to shed David Wingate and get that open jump shot.
And that play was all over the blackboard in Seattle's locker room. That high post shuffle. When Wennington sets that pick, Kukoc will just dump it right down to him. Sam Perkins too late. The guard, I think, has to go ball side on that play with Jordan particularly, so you can front him down low if he does take that post position.
And a foul on Wennington, a non-shooting affair. Payton putting the spin on Kerr. And Kerr on the loose ball. Foul is called on Payton.
Steve Kerr was not a factor in the first 2 games in Chicago. Gary Payton gets called for this foul here on Dennis Rodman. Just holds him, keeps him from coming up the lane, and then says, who, me? I didn't foul him.
And a technical foul has been called. It's on Payton, who apparently had something else to say in the direction of Steve Javie. It's been a very tough series for Gary Payton. In game 2, he shot only 6 of 15. Game 1, played 47 minutes, only 6 of 17 from the field.
And it's hard to understand what he could possibly be complaining about. He clearly grabbed Dennis Rodman. It was a good call.
Bulls by 17. And Kukoc took the hit. Met by the double team of Shrimp and Wingate. Foul on David Wingate.
And Gary Payton continues to glare at the official Steve Javie, who called the technical foul on him. That will not help his cause one little bit.
Jordan with the pull-up. Yes, and it counts. Foul committed by Wingate. And Jordan to the line. So kind of a restful third quarter for Michael Jordan, who is certainly right back to it.
It just appears as if the Bulls and Michael Jordan can do whatever they want, whenever they want. Seattle comes back, plays their best basketball of the series in the third, and right away, Michael Jordan says, hey, just give me the ball and get out of the way. Jumper in your face.
And hey, Frank Kwiatkowski was not a catalyst by any means, but he did give the Sonics a different look. More physical play and seemed to give the team a lift. I'm a little surprised he's not in there right now.
And this call away from the ball. Rodman with a push on Kemp. That's 4 on Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman, who plays very tough low-post defense and has that habit of snapping that neck back. Nobody ever hits him in the face when he does that.
That was not a defensive foul on Dennis Rodman. And another one on Dennis Rodman.
And that's 5 on Rodman. Luke Longley walking over to the scorer's table. He will come on for Rodman.
Rodman and Kemp underneath the basket. Hard to see where that foul is on Dennis Rodman. Sean Kemp initiated everything. This points out the problem that Ron Harper not being available today, just not the regular rotations to keep Kukoc in the front court.
But obviously the Bulls have managed despite that.
It helps when you have Michael Jordan on your team in a lot of different respects.
A 20-point Chicago lead. Kukoc for 3. And Perkins with the box out. Shrep had to save that lead thrown by Payton. Here's Payton. Gary Payton with 12 points. He's in 5 of 12 from the field. The Bulls now lead by 18.
You see this lineup for the Chicago occasionally with both Longley and Weddington on the floor, but I'm sure it won't be too long before Scottie Pippen re-enters.
Absolutely, because the Bulls are so much better when they go small. But the way Longley is playing today, I'd go with him and make Seattle match up to him, which they have not done.
Well, Longley now has 14 points. Perkins, making the turn, was taken down by Weddington. Here comes Frank Burkowski getting set to check back in. Timeout is called. 9:37 left in the fourth quarter. To take the 1985 NBA title, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar led the way for the Lakers and was named the series' most valuable player. In recognition of that moment, Miller Brewing Company will donate $1,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund. And at 38 years of age, Kareem, the oldest player ever to win the MVP award. That was the 8th time the Lakers met the Celtics in the finals and the first time that they ever beat Boston. 9.5 remaining in the fourth quarter. Game 3 of the NBA Finals. The season very much on the line for the Sonics, who are trailing here by 20 points. The Bulls with a burst at the start to take the energy out of the crowd. Michael Jordan with a sensational first half. The Sonics able to get back into it in the third quarter. But the Bulls have come out strong here in the fourth. And a foul is called against Seattle. The high point man of the game is Michael Jordan. Jordan with 34 points. Sean Kemp just picked up his 4th personal foul, and it will put Luke Longley at the line.
Luke bouncing back very nicely here in Game 3. In Game 2, he had as many stitches as he did points and rebounds combined, 5. But he came out in this first quarter and really made a statement offensively, much as he did in Game 1.
That's not a good day when your stitches outnumber your points and rebounds combined. That play all set up by Tony Kukoc. Sean Kemp has not shown an ability to contain him on the perimeter. Tony in Game 1 and 2 was critical at the decisive moments. That play again, setting it all up with penetration.
And a knee offered up by Longley. Indication from the official Dick Rivetta. That's 4. On Longley, the Bulls are now over the limit. Luke wanted his interpretation.
Mark, that last offensive sequence for Chicago that Luke Longley ended up getting the shot, that shows how far Luke Longley has come. Career playoff high today. Early in the season, Scottie Pippen never would have dumped that ball off to Luke Longley. I mean, he would throw it to him in the beginning of the game, and Luke would drop it out of bounds or commit an offensive foul. Now, though, after a year with Jordan, he's fully developed.
The Bulls 84, and the Sonics 65. 4. Pippen for 3 with 2 seconds remaining on the clock.
And Pippen, as soon as he came off the bench with Rodman going out with 5 fouls, Scotty gets a big rebound, a couple of nice passes, and a huge 3.
Scottie Pippen with 12 points. And Scotty has done it once again in a number of departments. 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Although he has not shot well at 5 for 14.
Marv with the Bulls. Oh, Longley off the penetration again. Kemp can't keep him under control. George Karl needs another timeout.
What a game for Luke Longley. 17 points for the product of Australia. 7:55 to go in the 4th quarter. And the Bulls now lead 89-65. That's Pippen from 3-point range with the shot clock running down. We'll be back at the Key Arena in a moment. You see on your cable system for an NBA Finals post-game special. Our entire cast will be on hand to recount the game with highlights. We'll hear from some of the players. You'll see some of the press conferences as we look back at the Game 3 here in Seattle. Kowski with a second field goal. That's the NBA Finals post-game special immediately following the game on CNBC. The Bulls with an 89-67 lead. Longley. And he was fouled.
Marvin, it's so special to watch this Bull team, which is truly unique in a lot of different ways, but when they pass the ball, when they get rid of the ball, they just keep moving. So many teams stand and watch. So many teams feel that or players, if they don't have the ball, they're not doing anything. These guys are always in motion, moving away, setting screens, coming back to the ball. A thing of beauty to watch.
Well, they are the only team in the league that runs this triangle offense to this degree. And with the spacing involved and with all the cuts and with all the backdoor type of passes, it affords all that kind of movement. Luke Longley must love this Key Arena. He had his career higher. Right. Even though the Bulls had lost that game early in the year, he had a career high at 21.
How about a career move he's got for the Minnesota Timberwolves, where he lost 67 games back in 91-92 to the NBA Finals.
I think he likes Michael Jordan, not so much the Key Arena.
Longley called for that tripping foul that put Gary Payton on the floor.
Well, that's a good foul by Longley. Still sporting the bandage from the 5 stitches. The little guard comes in and sets the screen on him. You can't let that happen.
And here's Dennis Rodman back. So Longley with a playoff career high of 19 points. This game being seen worldwide, but you know they're enjoying it in Luke's native land of Australia, member of the 1988-1992 Australian Olympic teams. It's certainly his finest moment as a professional. And Jordan fouled by Hawkins, and Rodman and Burkowski getting involved.
And Phil Jackson at the other end of the floor taking a very long look and now whistling to his team out there. He does not want Dennis to do anything that is not going to have him ready for a Game 4. You just have your heart in your throat at all times when they get tangled up. And see, Dennis initiates all that by getting his arms tangled up underneath the other player and then makes it appear that in this case, Frank Burkowski is doing the holding.
Once again, with the game not in the balance, a 22-point lead. But these are certainly 2 of the freest spirits in the NBA. We don't need any sort of altercation here that would take away from this beautiful exhibition of basketball today by the Chicago Bulls.
Now, would this be considered taunting?
I was just going to say, why is that not taunting? Just a look and almost baiting Frank Burkowski to do something. Dennis has to settle down, play basketball, go play golf with Michael Jordan tomorrow and get ready for Game 4.
But if you can't stand there at attention and look at somebody with a blank expression on your face. What are you allowed to do?
I think that was a bit more than blank. And a foul on Pippen. That is his third. Bulls are over the foul limit. Coming into this NBA Finals series, all the Bulls were saying that, well, the 72 victory season is certainly wonderful. They're able to roar through the playoff, beating Miami and then New York and Orlando. But it wouldn't mean a thing. They felt it wouldn't mean anything until they, as Michael Jordan completed the picture. And they are now playing for a place in NBA history. And they wanted to come up with an effort here tonight, at least in one of these games, that would be clear-cut, because they have felt that they have not played well against the Sonics, and they have certainly come through here this evening.
Well, they won't admit it because they don't believe in taunting the opposition, but they had to have a meeting between the key guys and said, hey, look, let's go undefeated during these playoffs. They did lose the 1 to the Knicks in Game 3.
Again, Brykowski and Rodman come together, and the officials very quick to move to that scene. Brykowski with number 4.
Rodman flashing to the ball. No need to overplay or try to deny him. Dennis is not looking to swing that sky hook across the middle. Gary Payton doing a lot of trash talking. Needs a little bit more game to back that talk up. Gary Payton coming in as a brilliant player, over 20 points a game. In the series, he's got 40 points total in the series.
That's the story tonight. Jordan, 11, 22, 36 points. And Payton only 5 of 13, 14 points, along with 8 assists. You mentioned the playoff run, Bill, where the Bulls on their way to making it a record of 14-1 in the playoffs. And Jordan able to box out Kemp.
In traffic, going up with one of the best rebounders in the league, Shawn Kemp. As both Jordan and Pippen, with Rodman in and out of this lineup throughout the game, have both gotten much more involved in the rebounding area, as they tend to do when Dennis is not getting a whole bunch.
Shot clock down to 4. Jordan. And Rodman and Brykowski get involved. It looks like Pavetta has given the ejection sign. This has been brewing the last couple of minutes. I think he's thrown both out of the game. Brykowski ejected, flagrant foul 2. I thought Pavetta indicated that both were tossed. Let's see.
Well, this has been brewing ever since these two have gotten on the floor there, as this time Brykowski does get that forearm and elbow right into the Adam's apple of Dennis Rodman. But George Karl, who was ridiculing Rodman for all the things that he was getting away with after Game 1, had nothing but praise for Dennis Rodman after Game 2. I think we're going to hear more ridiculing after this one.
Rick Pavetta gave a succession of thumbs, but apparently he was making it clear that it was Brykowski who was gone, and Rodman remains, and now he and Kemp are having words.
Very difficult for George Karl to ridicule the starting power forward, leading rebounder in the series when you're down 3-0.
5:45 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Phil Jackson should do this game a favor, maybe take Rodman out.
Rodman and Kemp coming together, and Kemp picks up number 5. On the other hand, Phil Jackson may be enjoying the fact that Dennis Rodman has gotten into the heads of the Seattle players. And Michael Jordan just came over giving us a look as if to say he's kind of amused by it, but what's going on here?
And Phil Jackson just peeking up at the clock again, wishing this thing would end without getting any further incident from Dennis Rodman. Phil Jackson, I'm sure, has already started thinking about Wednesday, and he knows he'll want to have Dennis Rodman on the floor.
Dennis is quick to point out that he has not thrown a punch in 10 years in this league.
Bulls 96 and the Sonics 70 in a blowout. Sonics did rally, got within 11 with their surge in the third quarter, but the Bulls picked it right back up in the fourth. We're coming up on 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
Again, Mark, a nice play by Gary Payton, but just one guy involved. Dribble up the whole way, get in the post. Everybody else standing around watching for Seattle. Here's 3 men involved, and then come back to the weak side.
Foul. And he will head to the lines on Perkins.
Bill Wennington checking in. Dennis Rodman very upset that he's the man going to the bench. And I'm sure Phil Jackson will breathe a sigh.
Well, for Dennis, certainly a guy who enjoys the circus atmosphere that he has created. But there's no question that he has bothered the Seattle SuperSonics, along with what has taken place on the scoreboard. That is a contributing factor.
It's embarrassing, Marv, to get blown out in your home court. You come back, you wait all these years to get back to the finals. The disappointments the last couple years, first-round playoff losses. They think they got it going. They play Chicago well 2 times and then come back here and lay down.
Series very quiet in games 1 and 2. 16 for Trent, and the Bulls now lead 98-75. The last time the Bulls were here in Seattle was back on November the 26th, and the Sonics beat the Bulls in a come-from-behind effort. That was more than 6 months ago, though. Shot clock down to 1. Bushler. It's a 24.
Well, I wouldn't say the Seattle team laid down in any way, shape, or form. They just got hit by a buzzsaw at the start of this game, the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan, and how he likes to assert himself on the road in these playoff situations. He gets, I think, more pleasure out of winning these games on the road than at home.
And Michael will sit it out the rest of the way. It's the final numbers, 11 of 23, 36 points. And he was 11 for 11 at the line. Foul committed by Randy Brown. For Michael Jordan, his high game in this series, and certainly feeling much better about things. He was very unhappy, very frustrated, but about the way he played and about the way the club played, although they beat the Sonics in game 2.
And I'm sure it made him feel good and helped the whole ball club by getting after Tony Kukoc about those couple of times where he passed up some shots and jumping on Luke Longley about maybe feeling sorry for himself with those 5 switches. And I think that definitely picked up those 2 players, and I think it woke the rest of the ball club up as well.
Plus, they've found their rhythm now. They're back to playing every other day now, which is the regular NBA schedule. That long layoff really did hurt them. Nice passing, Scottie Pippen.
And Bill Wennington is 3 for 3. He's given the Bulls a 100-78 lead with 3.5 remaining in this fourth quarter. Game 4 here on Wednesday night. 9 o'clock Eastern time, 6 out of the West. Phil Jackson now has Randy Brown and Doug Bushler on the floor, along with Scottie Pippen, Tony Kukoc, and Bill Wennington.
Look how it keeps going. The flow is still there. Dribble away, pass back up top, screen away, pass to the weak side, spot up jumper.
And Randy Brown is 2 for 2, including a 3 earlier. He has 5 points. Bulls 102-78 over the Sonics. We mentioned coming into tonight's game that only 2 teams have ever come back from a 2-0 deficit to win in the NBA Finals. No one has ever come back from a 3-0 to win an NBA Final Series. Timeout called. The Bulls certainly 78. And as we were headed to commercial, there was a technical foul called on Detlef Schrempf.
Detlef was fouled on a three-point jumper a minute or so ago. They didn't call it. The game's over. But he wants to get to that line to shoot his 3 free throws. He's not getting there.
Three-point shooting has been a major problem for the Sonics throughout this series, and give the Chicago defense a lot of credit. They have challenged most of them. Obviously, Randy Brown got a piece of the arm on Schrempf on that one, just going by that reaction. But Chicago probably has figured this kind of defense out more than any other team in the league. They will live with some post-up scoring from a guy like Kemp or a guy like Shaquille O'Neal, but they do not want to let the good three-point shooters get off and get going and then get other people involved and get second shot opportunities, and it has worked to perfection throughout these playoffs.
But the versatility of the Bulls, man, allows them to change that to whoever they're playing against. The reason that you think you have a chance in the post-up game is that's where they have Longley, that's where they have a short power forward in Dennis Rodman and a poor interior defender in Tony Kukoc. You certainly don't think your game is going to be winning by beating Michael Jordan one-on-one on the perimeter.
Wennington, Steve Scheffler and Eric Snow, seldom used players by the Sonics, have taken the floor. So George Karl emptying his bench in these final minutes, and we have now reached garbage time. I don't know, is that possible in the NBA Finals? I guess it is. 2 minutes to go. The Bulls with a 103-80 lead, on their way to making it 3-0 in this best of 7. Steve Kerr going to the left hand.
Movement without the ball, a thing of beauty.
Schrempf, 105-82. And we're down to a minute and a half to go. This crowd is filing out. They have waited to the last few moments. Bushler able to drill it. This capacity crowd of better than 17,000 staying to the very end, despite the fact that the home team has been rocked solidly. Hawkins on the fake. Percy Hawkins with 12. That left Schrempf leading the Sonics with 20. Gary Payton with 19, but these numbers are just cosmetic. The Sonics working their way back into it in the third quarters. They came within 11, but the Bulls were able to accelerate once again and recaptured the big lead. Bushler to the line, fouled by Eric Snow, the rookie from Michigan State.
Well, it has been a roller coaster ride for these Seattle fans over the last 3 years. Getting knocked out in the first round, the last couple, and then looking like they had that Utah series well in hand, losing Game 5 here at Key Arena, getting blown out at Salt Lake in Game 6, and then barely hanging on to win Game 7. So this crowd has been tantalized and teased.
Here's Brown. Fouled. Hit by Snow, and Randy Brown will go to the line. And again, the questions will surface regarding that man, George Karl, who certainly has not been happy about his contract situation.
George Karl did have his contract extended for next year. Would like to have that long-term extension. Coach Phil Jackson, his contract up at the end of this season. No extension there yet.
Now to a half minute remaining in the fourth quarter. 108-84. Wingate. So the Chicago Bulls in a blowout of the Seattle Sonics. They opened up with a burst, anticipating the high energy from this crowd. just take it all out of the Sonics right at the start. Time has run out. The Bulls winning game 3, 108-86. The Bulls led by Michael Jordan, who finished 11 of 23 from the field, 36 points. And now the Bulls and the Sonics look to game number 4 here in Seattle on Wednesday night. That'll be a 9 o'clock start in the East, 6 o'clock